foster care and a life of independence. It is the goal of local nonprofit The Through Project. Originally established to provide mentors for youth who age out of state care, the group has expanded its mission recently to provide housing for this vulnerable young population. I first told you about the Next Step housing program last year. Now it's expanding with a new partnership with the San Antonio Housing Authority. At 23, Jacob McFoy is beating the odds. Removed from his parents at age 12, he spent the rest of his childhood bouncing from one foster home to another. Aging out of care at 18, he was soon homeless, living out of his car.
So when I was living out of my car, I would just pretty much park in front of Walmart's, go donate plasma so I could eat that day. That's about all I would do. Before the program, I was struggling to make ends meet. I wasn't able to pay my bills on time. Wasn't able to hold down the job. Pretty much struggling with everything, even school.
Last year, McFoy was the first participant in a pilot housing program created by the Through Project. They got him a rent-free apartment with minimal furnishings. In exchange, he agreed to hold a job, attend life skills classes, and set money aside in a savings account. After 12 months, he was the first to graduate the Next Step housing program. How has that improved your life?
Significantly. It's made me more aware and pretty much just made it easier for me to manage my money, get stuff paid, and not end up homeless.
He reminds us every day of what these kids can do.
Through Project co-founder Elaine Hartle started the transitional housing program last year, hoping to remove a barrier former foster youth frequently struggle to overcome.
We could never move the needle on housing. It's even though our youth might not technically be homeless at the time, there's housing insecurity. They're probably couch surfing or they're with their boyfriend, so they're literally like one argument away with whoever is on that lease to being homeless.
According to state statistics, last year, 220 youth aged out of foster care in the San Antonio region. Many found the odds stacked against them. 40% will be homeless by 19, while 30% of young men formerly in care will be in jail by the same age.
What we wanted to do was provide a path for them to not just have free rent for a year, but to be invested in it and to be prepared to live on their own after that year's finished.
I had the opportunity to meet with Elaine and look at their program and saw that what they had in place really was something solid.
Seeing the program's success, the San Antonio Housing Authority recently agreed to help expand it.
And we just found out this morning that HUD finally approved it.
Just last week, the Department of Housing and Urban Development signed off on the program that will give at least 10 youth a rent-free home for a year.
I think as we continue to see the success, and obviously there's still going to be the need in our community, that we will evaluate the pilot program and look to expand it.
Now on his own, Jacob pays for his apartment with a full-time job and has plans to finish his associate's degree. He's thankful for the opportunity, knowing his life could be much different. Where do you think that you would be today?
Still living out of my car.
Does that scare you?
Yes.
And in the first year, 4 young people graduated from the Next Step housing program and are now living independently. 4 more expected to graduate this year. The partnership with SAHA is expected to last at least 5 years with the goal of helping 10 youth each year. But that could increase as the program becomes more successful. And to be fully transparent here, I should mention that my wife is a board member for Through Project, and I have served as their MC at their gala for the past 2 years and will do so again later this month.